We believe this is an investment by our community, everyone in our community, to ensure that the future of Brown County is bright.
Is the child on a career path or a path toward prison? That's a really harsh way of saying it, but the reality is some kids are on that path, and in our situation we actually can get them off that path and back into being a gainfully employed and effective contributing member of our community, and that's important. There's intrinsic value there, but there's also financial value there to our community.
I think here with Achieve Brown County, the potential is enormous. If we use the data, if we analyze it properly, if we come up with right type of interventions, and if we are able to deploy those interventions, assess those interventions periodically to see whether they have been effective or not, we can not only help Brown County, but we can also put forth a model for the rest of the world to see.
What we are trying to do is to make sure that that follow-up is in place and that continuity is in place to give every child a successful opportunity.
When people ask, what is it that you actually do? We bring together a lot of different partners at the table. We look at trying to create that common vision, but common vision doesn't actually get you there. I mean, it really comes down to what's the plan? How are we going to create a better plan to work together? And that's what the outcomes teams do. They continuously create better and better plans, better and better solutions to make sure that everyone's working together and we're getting the job done of supporting kids.
We would like to see every child be prepared to embrace a post-secondary option within the first year of graduation. Being able to have the readiness skills, if that would be their choice, whether it be a technical college, a four-year college, or military, to be able to have the skill sets and certifications and college credits already under their belt so they're well on their way before they graduate from high school.
Metaphorically, what I would say is door number 1, door number 2, or door number 3. And that child and that young adult should be able to choose which door they want to go through, not be limited to one door.
What does it mean to be ready for kindergarten? What does it mean for a child to come to school ready? We've been looking at a variety of domains as it relates to health and safety and literacy and math, but it's more than just academics, it's really social and emotional.
What we are trying to do with Achieve is really keep them on the positive path from the beginning.
It's so easy for all of us to just have like one experience or see one thing in our lives and say, oh, that worked, but maybe it only worked for 5 out of 100 people, and you happen to see 1 or 2 that were in that group of 5.
If we want to improve anything, then we need to establish a baseline, use data, and then when we have achieved our goals, we can analyze data, we can evaluate data to see, okay, whether we have done that or not.
This model actually that we've adopted here and really changed a bit to match the contours of our community actually came from something that was started in Cincinnati, Ohio in 2006 called Strive. We took that model because it was highly successful in Cincinnati, and that has since spread to other communities and been successful there as well.
The data will support the action plans that are created, and then the data are going to be used to evaluate the effectiveness of the plans that we put into place.
Making sure that a young person gets a sound and good education that's going to help them succeed. That's a complex job description. And that's a job description that can no longer be filled with just the work that goes on in the schools. That's a job description where the community has to play a partnership role. All of these different nonprofit organizations, the work that the school districts do, the work that the parents do, all of that work, when it's aimed at the same thing, is going to have better result. It's not anyone's job, it's all of our jobs.
Our leadership and our Community Leadership Council and executive team are comprised with business leaders and people from all sectors, so we've got that community-wide collaborative support.
Everybody needs to participate, so all the service providers, all the business organizations, they own it. Let's do something about it.
Achieve Brown County very intentionally is focused on supporting all children in our community. Every child at one point in time or another needs support. We want to make sure that we have a way of finding out collectively if a child needs help. And we're very intentional about that, creating better, really we call it infrastructure, supports for these kids, ways of finding out what your needs are, and then supporting those needs, and then evaluating the effectiveness of that support.
It's all part of our continuous improvement process. So we're not interested in doing programs or engaging in things that are not supporting children the way they need to best be supported.
And it kind of changes the focus a little bit more to a holistic approach rather than a segmented approach. And we all know that segmented approaches are more costly, and to a certain degree the lack of connection causes the outcome not to be sustained or achieved at a higher level.
I think in the long run, we're going to raise the caliber of the individuals we have in our community.
To me, it's a way not to waste money, not to waste time.
As these children grow into young adults, it will change the fabric of what we have here in Brown County.
It's an extraordinary opportunity to work collectively together with everyone in our community to ensure that every child, every day, has what they need to be successful.